All right, so on this slide, I have a picture of a ponderosa, kind of like a branch, and then the needle bundle. So pine trees have needles that come off in bundles. When you pull it off the branch, the number of needles in the bundle and the length of the needle will help you to identify that tree. So it tells you right here, sometimes it says clusters instead of bundles. So pine trees have needles that come in clusters. The length of the pine needle and the number of the pine needles per cluster identify the pine tree. So they always come in clusters of 2, 3, or 5 needles. So here is a picture comparing the length. Ponderosa pine has a really long pine needle, and then Pinus sylvestris is down here. So you can see some of these are 2, some are 3, and some are 5. Now, if we go to this next slide, there is a really great video right here on the differences between pines, that they have needles that grow in bunches of 2, 3, or 5. The needles are attached in clusters to the branch, so that's a pine. A fir tree, they have a lot shorter needles, and the needles are, they're flat, so you cannot roll them between your fingers. If you try to roll them like that, they won't roll because the needles are flat. And like a fur on a dog, they're really soft. They're not really pokey or anything like that. And a spruce, however, if you ever grab onto a spruce branch or you have to prune your spruce tree, they're pointy, they hurt. The needles are 4-sided, so they're square, so they roll between your fingers really easily. And then the needles grow on all sides of the branch. Okay, so you see them on all sides, kind of like a bottle brush. With the fir, they kind of only grow like on the top of the branch, and you don't usually see them grow too much on the bottom of the branch. So this video here really goes over the differences between pine, spruce, and fir trees, which you will need to know for classifying, as well as when we start our unit on Christmas trees, when we do our Christmas wreaths. All right, so you can get this information online by searching, like a video search. So you could do difference between pine, spruce, image search, okay? And then you can like try and find a picture that kind of helps with that. I might have done, okay, so I did pine, spruce, and fir, and that is where I got that picture there. Now, you can always go to Mrs. Martin's interactive notebook by going into Google Classroom, and you can copy these images by right-clicking, copy, and then paste them into your notebook. So all of the information that I have on my tips on identifying trees, you also need to have. I have the font a little bit bigger than I normally would if it was just for me, and that was just so that you could see it when I was projecting. All right, so definitely watch this video on the differences between pine, spruce, and fir. Get these images on the slides that you need for your interactive notebook. All right.